Hype Fan Eagle representing the Philadelphia Eagles by way of New Jersey. You already know, man. Shout out to my first time viewers. Shout out to my last time viewers. Shout out to the people that's viewing this video, whether religiously or in passing. You already know, man. Please make sure y'all hit that like, hit that notification bell so you will be notified when I go live. You already know, man. Please make sure y'all subscribe and all of that, man. Let's get to it, man. Right now I'm on live, so this is not the official video right now. I just want to give a brief recap on what I saw, my thoughts, my raw opinions and everything. Um, yo, man, like for the most part, we are very, very, very talented. Before we even start, I want to say prayers up to the guys who actually got hurt. You know what I mean? We had a lot of injuries during this game. Nolan Smith, luckily he came back on the field. Tyree Cleveland, he had an injury. It was a couple of other guys out there that, had an injury, you know what I mean? But just prayers up to them and everything like that. My observation for today's preseason game is telling me that we are very, very talented. We are very, very talented, man. I like what I saw from the Kobe Dean. Listen, man. He's letting y'all know, man. Listen, man. He listen. That's our star linebacker right there, baby. That's our starting linebacker right there. N'Kobe Dean, man, with a forced fumble in the end zone. I like what I saw out of N'Kobe Dean. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I've been saying this during like in my prior videos. Yo, watch out for Nolan Smith. He's gonna be the one. He's gonna be the rookie that surprised everybody from the Eagles this season. Nolan Smith is going to be a stud, a stud. Like I like Nolan Smith. Nolan Smith was out there working. You know what I mean? He got a little injured. You know what I mean? Towards the end of his run, he got a little injured, but everything I think is good with him. But Nolan Smith is going to be a stud out there, man. I like Nolan Smith. I didn't like what I saw out of Marcus Mariota. Like put it like this, right? I'm gonna bring everything. I'm gonna bring everything full circle once I wrap this video up. But Marcus Mariota, we paid him $5 million, right? I like Marcus Mariota. You know what I'm saying? Marcus Mariota is definitely cool, but I feel like we picked him up because he can mimic some of what Jalen Hurts can do as far as running the football. He can actually mimic a little bit of that. You know what I mean? Other than that, I like Tanner McKee. Listen, in my opinion, he got the QB2 spot. For real, in my opinion. Only reason why we might hold on, only reason we might hold on to Marcus Mariota getting that QB2 spot is because he can actually run the ball. He can actually use his legs when he get out of harm's way. So we don't know how that is going to look. God forbid if something happened to Jalen Hurts, if he get injured, that might look a little different with the first team offense. He might be a little bit more progressive and a little bit more better with the first team offense. Right now, he's working with the backups and everything like that. But I like what I seen from Tanner McKee. Ian Book ain't getting no run, no type of run. So he might be a practice squad quarterback. I don't know if he's going to make the team or not. But Ian Book ain't getting no type of run. Who else? Let me just put it like this. Everybody who we expected to see to actually do their damn thing, did their damn thing. You know what I mean? I'm really surprised that Khalil Ringo, I didn't really like his game too much. You know what I mean? He might be one of those that might be falling out of favor as far as, he might make the team more than likely, but he might be just falling out of favor out of everybody, coming into, OTAs and coming into this camp, it was already being said, he needs a lot of work, period. You know what I mean? Like he pretty much got the physical stature, but he needs a lot of work, period. I just didn't like what I seen out of last week's preseason game versus the Baltimore Ravens and this week's preseason game versus the Cleveland Browns. I didn't like, you know what I mean? I'm not too high on him. Sidney Brown is going to be a stud. You know what I mean? I feel like he's going to be a late stud though. Overall, I feel like he's going to be very good. I feel like he's going to be one of the Philadelphia Eagles fans' favorites, honestly. But I feel like he's going to be a late stud. Like you could just see the potential in Sidney Brown. I like him, man. That boy, listen, man, that young boy fly to the ball, man. He all over the field. He fly to the ball. I like that a lot. Trey Sermon, you know what I mean? He pretty much had a 50-50 game. You know, he coughed up a fumble. You know, he had a very good run. He coughed up a fumble, but then he actually scored too. So Trey Sermon is 50-50. I don't know if he's going to make the running back roster. You know what I mean? I don't know if he's going to be the fourth running back, you know. But you know, like I said, Rashad Penny with his little bit of runs did good. We already know what Boston Scott stand. Regardless of whatever Boston Scott do, he is a Philadelphia Eagle. Regardless, he is going to make that roster. Period. You know what I'm saying? Kenneth Gainwell ended up getting the safety in the backfield, but you know he made it up. You know what I mean? Like we already know what we gonna get from Kenneth Gainwell. You know what I'm saying? He just had to get a couple of reps in, had to get his feet underneath him and everything like that. Tyree Cleveland, like I said, I like Tyree Cleveland, man. Hopefully he gets better, man. You know what I'm saying? Overall, man, I give us like a B plus for tonight. We actually tied the game up with the Cleveland Browns 18-18. During overtime, during preseason, there is no such thing as overtime game. So if the game is tied at whatever score it's tied at, that is it. That is it. You know what I mean? That's what you go home with during preseason. Other than that, I give us a B plus, man. I saw a lot of good things. Who surprised me the most, actually, not even surprised me, but who I was excited about, you know, I was excited about Nolan Smith, N'Kobe Dean, even Cunningham, the guy, the linebacker that came over from Tennessee. I liked him. I still haven't seen too much out of Edmonds. Kayvon Wallace is yo. Kayvon Wallace is going to be that. I'm telling you, Kayvon Wallace is definitely going to be that, man. I like what I'm seeing from Kayvon Wallace. I didn't like what I seen from Marcus Mariota today. You know what I mean? I really ain't like what I seen from Marcus Mariota. You know, I feel like he could have. You know, it was a couple of you know, two matter of fact, too many balls that was paused, that was just overthrown, like, you know what I mean. So it is what it is with him, you know what I mean. But we're going to keep him because we is paying him $5 million for this year. Do I feel like he will be here next year? No, but this is just the preseason. So like I said, God forbid Jalen Hurts get hurt, he got to step in. I feel like he'll be decent though, you know what I mean, because he do have some of the same mechanics as Jalen Hurts. um who else? I don't want to forget out nobody. Um, there's a couple of DTs that I like. The DT, I mean, the defensive lineman, Jackson. He was good. He was nice. I like him. Um, I don't know, man. We just got talent all over, man. We really got talent all over. I can really sit here and say, out of the guys who we expect who we wanted to see, I could tell you who was going to make the 53-man roster to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we're going to get to the nitty and gritty later, pretty much later on. But I like what I've seen from a lot of these guys. You know what I mean? My takeaway from everything is that, you know, we are a pretty talented team overall. You know what I'm saying? We still trying to figure out the linebacker position. We still trying to figure out the safety position. As you've seen, Reed Blankenship ain't get no run, so that tells me a lot. That tells me that he's already basically solidified at one of the safety spots. We just trying to figure out the other safety spot. And today, N'Kobe Dean seems like he is one of the starting linebackers, and we just trying to figure out who can match him on the other side as far as linebackers. Everything else is pretty much solidified. You know what I mean? Official video coming either later tomorrow or during the weekend. You already know, man. It's your boy Hyphen Eagle representing the Philadelphia Eagles by way of New Jersey. If you haven't yet, please like, subscribe, share this thing, man. You already know, man. Gang, gang.